Hi, this Miss Melinda. Welcome to Miss Melinda's Spontaneous Smart Diva Show. So, how is all my subscribers and fans doing tonight? Um, let's see, what day? This is Monday. Yeah, because I don't like the weekends. I prefer the week, during the week, Monday through Friday. The opposite of what every young person wants. Well, people, I'm retired for life, you know. Um, but so so I'm living on a Social Security check. But anyway, um, you guys, most of you out there that are working, probably have to work Monday through Friday. Um, and and so you went out and did a lot, and maybe on Monday you're tired. Um, but there's probably just as many people who are working two jobs like I did, a desk job in the day, uh, and food and cocktails serving at night. Um, I even worked in a disco that held 5,000 people capacity. Try food and cocktail waitressing in that crowd. Yeah. So some of you might be working. Well, it's a Monday. So anyway, um, it's still real. It was pretty warm today, but then I think it got cool. I can't remember. I don't even know if I went out today. I don't think I went out today. No. So, um, our surprise tonight. What's Miss Melinda going to teach tonight? Isn't this the more fun way? We don't know what Miss Melinda's going to teach. That's exciting. I found a good one. It came to me, actually. It was either this morning when I woke up and first opened my laptop, or it was yesterday. I can't remember. But I think it was this morning. Um, and it threw me when I opened it. Sometimes it'll throw you. It threw me Bing News and about the what's going on with outer space and NASA. Okay, so I've already started teaching NASA classes in the beginning of my show, so you can all go back there and watch them. So when I saw that, I said, you know what? I'm kind of sick of the solar system, and like the black holes and studying all that, the galaxies. I will be teaching that for the rest of. You could teach that for the rest of your life. Oh yes, um, but I burned out a little bit on it. But NASA is completely different, um, situation. So what I did was after after I saw this, uh, this being came in, and it talked about this SPACEX. And so I said, you know what? Maybe that would be fun and interesting. Let's update ourselves with the latest news of NASA. It just threw this title in there. And it's a title that's a question, and then it gave you ABC to choose from. And so I didn't know that. To make a long story short, I wouldn't have known the answer, but the answer to the question, well, let me ask the question. Okay, so we're starting, this is a NASA class. So I am legally working for NASA. After I started teaching a bunch of NASA classes, it was like NASA came to me and they said, you can, your internet just throws this stuff at you, But it said, NASA said, We would love to have, well, I'm not saying the same rhetoric, okay? I don't know the exact rhetoric, but we would like people, or people can help us. People can help NASA, we'd like the public, they're talking about the whole country, America. We'd like all the people that are interested to help NASA. And there are many, because it costs a fortune. And there's something in there, but I didn't put it in the class. I didn't get that far. Where, like, Trump, I think, is stopping them from something because of it is too much out of the budget, So I said, I'm going to do NASA. And I think my fans will love the topic. I think that my fans will love the topic. Getting updated. So I also found you some videos that you can, I think you YouTube it. It tells you, anyway, wait till we get there. That's later down the road. I'll tell you what you put into the Google, to look it up. But I don't know if you have to put YouTube Prime videos. Well, you just put, I would put the title I tell you, but also put NASA's news. Yeah. And then put the title. All right, let's get the class going. We'll deal with that later, okay? Okay. So, we are doing NASA. Oh, so NASA, as I was saying to you, said anybody can work for us that wants to help us, and you can do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever. And one of the things, and they said they would even supply you, like some people that knew how to do something. I'm not sure about all that, but I know one thing. It's one of the choices was you could teach NASA. And that would help us. And I'm for free, they mean, as a volunteer. This is what they're saying. They're asking for every American, if you can help, because it's probably the most expensive thing that our country is trying to do. Okay, I have to quit screaming. I don't know why I'm screaming. I've been listening to blasting music while I write notes and get ready afterwards. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be screaming. All right, let's try this again. So, Miss Melinda is teaching NASA. Oh, and NASA said, so one of the choices is you could teach NASA. And I said, well, I'm already been teaching NASA, so I guess I'm legally working for NASA. I just don't get paid. I'm doing it as a volunteer. I have volunteered so many places. I volunteered at Pause when I'm living here. Just before the COVID hit, I worked for 4 years at Pause, Kitty City and Dogtown in Lincoln Park, Chicago. So I just wanted to say that. All right, so let's talk about what we're teaching here. Oh, so my point is, I am considered legally working as a volunteer for NASA. Okay, I officially am. Okay, I just don't do it all the time. I do it when I feel like it. I told you, everything's up for grabs. Even I don't know what I'm going to teach until a certain point. Something has to happen, like it did this morning that popped out. Okay, and so after I teach the beginning, teach this, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Let's just get going. Okay, so the question is, the topic is, the title is, what did SPACEX launch from Florida on October 7th, 2025? That's just this past year, last week or something? A couple of weeks ago? About a week and a half? All right, so what did uh, SpaceX, I have to keep this paper out of there. What did SpaceX launch from Florida on October 7th, 2025? And you had three choices. Well, I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to tell you the answer. Yeah, because we haven't even studied it yet. Okay, so the answer to what did SpaceX launch from Florida on October 7th, 2025? And it says the answer is 28 Starlink. One word. Star, like the stars in the sky. Link, like the stars are linked together. I'm just making that up. Like the stars are linked together. So it's one word, Starlink. Okay, so now we're starting over. What did SpaceX launch from Florida on October 7, 2025? 28 Starlink satellites on Falcon 9. That's what it's called, Falcon 9. Okay? Semicolon. Booster landed on drone ship. Drone is like, you know how they have drones now, where you can fly them in the sky? Well, that's the word they're using. I don't know if it means it here, but it says the answer is 28 Starlink satellites on Falcon 9, semicolon, booster landed on drone ship. Yeah, I didn't Google drone ship, and I should have brought my laptop. Just have a pen and paper, watch my class again, and take the notes down. But basically, landed on drone ship. We do got to find out what that is. Yeah, I do. I am going to look that up and tell you guys, because that's got my curiosity. So 28 Starlink satellites on Falcon 9. That's what the SpaceX launch, I guess, like, was on, what it used, Falcon 9, semicolon, booster landed on drone ship. Okay, let's go on. We got to find out what landed on drone ship. We'll have to find out what it is and where it is. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't even tell us where it is. Okay, B. Oh, forget that. Now that's the end of that page. Okay. So here we are. Okay, you guys with me? I know I got a little mixed up. I'm sorry. Okay. So I made this a little longer because I can't keep ripping you guys off of your education, that's not good. Yeah. So here we are. I can't hold this piece of paper. Will you wait? All right. So SpaceX sends 28 Starlink satellites into orbit, completes 400. They're saying 400 TH. I can't pronounce it, but it's 400 TH. SpaceX sends 28 Starlink satellites into orbit, completes 400 Falcon 9 drone ship landing at sea. The routine mission marked a major milestone for SpaceX. SpaceX launched a fresh stack of Starlink internet satellites into orbit Wednesday morning, August 27th, 25. Must be 2025, and nailed a notable milestone. Wait, what is that? Nailed a notable milestone from companies' continued efforts toward rocket reusable Okay, so watch the class over again. You're not going to be able to retain all this fast. I will be watching the class, so I always dip through in the morning after I check everything out, and then start thinking about a subject to teach, but it has to come spontaneous, Okay. Or there could be a day where I might say, oh, I think tomorrow I'll teach them this, and that's kind of like kind of planned, yeah. But if I don't know, like I don't tonight, I will be going straight to bed. Okay, I better keep reading. Somebody's screaming down there. Okay, a Falcon 9 rocket lifted off from space launch, complex hyphen 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida at 7:10 a.m. EDT. E like Edward, D like dog, T like Tom. 3 1s and a 0. In a parentheses, GMT. I don't know if we were taught EDT or GMT, but I don't know what they mean. So, in Florida, at the Space Force Station in Florida at 7:10 a.m., EDT and 111.0 GMT. This particular have Starlinks, group 10-54, consisted of 28 broadband Starlink satellites, okay, which were deployed in low Earth orbit. LEO is the initials, and it's a name. That's what you can remind you of, LEO. The initials for low Earth orbit, low-Earth orbit, LEO. Uppercase LEO is short for low Earth orbit. So, which were deployed in low Earth orbit. About an hour later, SPACEX confirmed in a post on X. Shh, I gotta talk softer. It was only the second launch from the Falcon 9 booster, supporting the mission, Now we got B1095. It's all together, okay? The mission, supporting the mission, B1095, performed a declaration and landing, burn, and touchdown on SpaceX's just read the instructions, drone ship, stationed in the Atlantic Ocean. Okay. This is where they had 3 videos I could watch, but I wasn't going to take the time. I had to get the class done, ready to teach. But I'm turning you on to these, and you'll love it. But you've got to look on a bigger thing than your cell phone so you can see it better. So I'm giving you 3 videos. You may like. So it says you may like these videos. So here's 3 videos you can look up. I wouldn't put YouTube in there. I would just key it up the way I'm going to tell you. I just saw a little bit of each video. I had to go because I was working for this class to get it done. So you can look up. Okay, so SpaceX is spelled with technically uppercase S, and then pace, like pace bus, that's all lowercase. And then the X is real big. The X is bigger than the capital S. It's how it is. So it's space, just uppercase S, and space, and a big X. Launches 28 Starlink satellites. I already taught you how to spell Starlink. So SpaceX launches 28 Starlink satellites to orbit on 117th Falcon 9 flight of 2025 video. So you can look that up. The next one you can look up is SpaceX, uppercase S, Pace, like space, but Pace, that's lowercase. And then a big, huge X. So SpaceX launches 28 Starlink satellites from Florida. Lands rocket at sea. Lands rocket at sea. Isn't that exciting? Yeah, so watch that. Go watch that video. Look it up. And the third one is SpaceX with the big X launches Starlink. I already taught you Star and Link, Link, one word, Starlink. SpaceX launches Starlink satellites, comma, lands Falcon rocket for 500th time. Video. Watch that video. It says SpaceX launches Starlink satellite lights, lands Falcon rocket for 500th time. They've done this rocket 500 times. That's amazing. Look these videos up and watch them. And we can really have fun with this class, but I'm not going to make it a regular thing because I want everything up for grabs to keep it exciting. You know, most people would be real interested in NASA. And so I looked up later in this class. I ran out of what I was keying. I had a whole bunch of info. I not keyed up, I wrote up. So then it was like came to an end. And so I asked the question, what's the latest news on NASA today? And that's where I'm getting all this, okay? This was the 400th successful drone ship landing for SpaceX. God, that's a lot of times, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So this stupid paper keeps getting in my way. I'm trying to get in the right position here. This was the 400th successful drone ship landing for SpaceX, period. Now, were you listening, guys? Are you staying with Miss Melinda? Okay. Okay, it said this was the 400th successful drone ship landing for SpaceX. Amen. That's amazing. Did you know they were sending spaceships up there 400 times and 500 times? No. The same one on top of it. Drone ship landing for SpaceX. It was a success. It was the 400th successful drone ship landing for SpaceX. The company's first drone ship landing occurred during the launch of NASA's, okay, I think it's uppercase CRS-8. It's either lowercase or uppercase. So the launch of NASA's CRS-8 cargo mission to the International Space Station, in April 2016, comma, on of course, I still love you. I don't know. That's what the book says. It says since it says landed to the International Space Station in April 2016, comma, on of course I still love you. I don't know what that means. Since then, comma, SpaceX also added a short fall of gravitas. Okay, also added a short fall of gravitas. Okay, Gravitas, V like victory, ITAS. A short fall of gravitas to their drone ship fleet. which is stationed on opposite coasts for launches out Florida, as well as Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. Write that down, that space in California. You want me to say it one more time? The one in California is Vandenberg. Van, like you drive a van. Den, like you're going to stand up at the den and have a drink. And Berg, B-E-R-G. So the name of this launches out of Florida, as well as Vandenberg Space Force Base in California, okay? I've never heard of that one. Starlink 10-56 was, are you guys with me? Okay. All right. Okay, you ready? All right. Starlink 10-56 was SpaceX's 108th mission so far in 2025 and follows the successful test launch of Starship Flight 10 on Tuesday night. Starship is SpaceX's next generation heavy lift rocket. Those three words go together. Heavy lift rocket being designed for full reusability. Being designed for full reusability. Just watch this class over again, guys. Okay? Okay. The company has successfully caught 3 of the vehicle's super heavy boosters during Starship's test campaign. Test campaign, 2 words go together. Okay, I'm going to say this again. The company has successfully caught 3 of the vehicle's super heavy boosters during Starship's test campaign, and made significant strides forward in the development of the rocket's ship upper stage to eventually accomplish the same. Okay? All right. You guys stay with me, all right? I made it a little extra long because I don't want to keep ripping you off too little of a class so you don't learn enough. You can't keep watching 19 minutes and then you got to wait and then read the next one, and so I'm trying to make it like a 14-minute, 15-minute class at the most. Can you stay with me? I'm on page 7. I only got 6 to go, okay? All right. SpaceX Starlink, star like the stars, link like you link it together. It's one word. This is the title, SpaceX's Starlink. And this title under it is Mega Constellation. That's easy. Mega Constellation currently totals more than 8,100 satellites in LEO. Now, I taught you what LEO stands for. I got to move a little bit closer because my arm, the paper keeps coming out in front of the screen. Okay, so, all right. I'm trying to pull myself together here, guys. Okay, so, Mega Constellation currently totals more than 8,100 satellites in LEO. Just look at the beginning. Watch this class because I taught you what uppercase LEO stands for. Just anything you can't figure out, just watch the class over, okay? Okay, they provide nearly worldwide coverage to Starlink subscribers to access low hyphen latency, LATE, law, like LA 10, like the number 10, and CY. See how I did that? To access low hyphen latency, high-speed internet, period. The company also plans to begin launching more powerful Starlinks aboard Starship, comma. Once it reaches, these two words go together. Once it reaches operational capability, comma, with the goal of expanding the Starlink, okay, networks, speed and coverage, period. Reason for delay, due to tropical storm, example of how weather affects space missions. Example of how weather, can affect our space missions, okay? Okay, I'm trying to keep my top down because it's made to actually pull off your shoulders. It's real big, up there. That is, yeah. Okay, so now here's the next title. NASA and their news updated for today. CNN news. So I asked, what's today's news for NASA? They gave me CNN, NASA and their news updated for today. I had asked for that. And they gave me CNN, and it's got, with 15,000 workers, okay, 15,000 workers furloughed and funds uncertain, comma, NASA focuses on one mission, return to the moon, okay? Some 15,000 NASA employees were sent home this week as a government shutdown began, halting work across much of an agency already grappling with budget cuts and widespread job losses. And why? So, we're having trouble financially with NASA, and it's, getting scary. Yeah. So government shutdown began halting work across much of an agency already grappling with budget cuts and widespread job losses, okay? And widespread job losses. Oh, I gotta itch my back, okay? My hair is tickling me back there. Okay, so, all right. Okay, so CNN, with 15,000 workers furloughed. No, we're down here. So some 15,000 NASA employees were sent home this week as a government shutdown began, halting work across much of an agency already grappling with budget cuts and widespread job losses. But at least one NASA effort appears to be moving full steam ahead. The Artemis program, okay? So they talk a while about this Artemis program. All this stuff came up when I asked, what's the latest news for today on NASA? So with the goal of returning astronauts to the lunar surface for the first time in 5 decades. Yeah, the Artemis program has been deemed essential. Work amid, the government shutdown. The exception came as NASA leadership and a bipartisan group of lawmakers have made it clear they view beating China to the moon as a national security imperative. This gets scary, huh? China is not going to the moon with good intentions, quote unquote. Acting NASA administrator Sean Duffy said in a social media post last month before the shutdown, okay, so it's quote, America will get there first, preserving peace for both the U.S. and our international partners. Is this interesting? Up-to-date news right today. This is news of Nassau, some of it. There's a lot more. Today's news. I asked what's today's news on Nassau. So a document recently posted to Nassau's website, okay, shows that more than 3,000 employees will continue showing up to work during the government shutdown. That's 2,000 more people than under a, quote, previous shutdown plan, unquote. So those three words go together. Previous shutdown plan. Okay, read the class over, watch and listen to the class over. I can't keep repeating everything, guys. I feel like you're not catching like the first time. I watch the classes more than once too. I just watch some and I get out, you go to another one. Just listen as long as you can. But these classes I've been teaching since we quit biology, even if I make it a little extra long, 13 pages, you're pretty much following. This you can understand what I'm saying. It's all new to us, the rhetoric, unless you've been studying Nassau yourself. But a lot of my fans, I'll bet, haven't. So we're learning a real lot. And it's exciting and interesting. It's the most important thing for America and all our countries to be working on space. And it's the most expensive thing we have. So let's learn about it, right? Okay, stay with me. So under a previous shutdown plan that did not include the Artemis, art like art, E-M like Edward, M-I-S, Artemis, that did not include the Artemis exemption, period. Much of the ongoing work will revolve around Artemis 2, comma, a crewed twist flight around the moon, set to take off as soon as February. Wow, isn't this interesting? Updated news? Yeah, with four astronauts slated to fly on that mission, comma, work on the project, quote, is obviously very safety critical, unquote, said Lakeisha Hawkins, NASA's acting deputy associate administrator for the Exploration Systems Development Mission, comma, directorate during a September 23 news briefing. Okay? We're almost done. We only got 3 pages left. We anticipate being able to request and being able to continue to move forward on Artemis 2, art like art, E like Edward, and miss like I missed you, but only one S. So to move forward on Artemis 2 in the event of shutdown, quote, unquote. Hawkins said then, but the exceptions spelled out in NASA's shutdown plans this week go even further, comma, allowing work to continue on Artemis 3, the landmark moon landing mission currently slated for mid-2027. So they're working on Artemis, a third Artemis, but it won't be ready to go until mid-2027, the year 27. It won't be ready to go till the year 27. as well as Artemis missions expected to fly later this decade or next. Okay, 2 pages and we're done. Are you guys sticking with me? Huh? All right, we got 2 pages and we're done. And Miss Melinda wants to get in bed and YouTube movies. So, since it's a long class, I'm not gonna keep you up or keep you, watching this show for, after these 2 pages. Okay, the roughly 100 billion Artemis program is well over budget. See, well over budget, and running behind the ambitious schedule mapped out during President Trump's first term. One key issue remains: the performance of SpaceX's Starship, a gargantuan. So it's gar like garlic, G-A-R, GAN, G-A-N, and then T-U-A-N, okay? Okay, so it's SpaceX's Starship, a quote, gargantuan rocket system. So all 3 words go together, okay? A gargantuan rocket system. Those all 3 words go together. That is expected to ferry, F-E-R-R-Y, NASA astronauts from their spacecraft to the moon's surface during Artemis 3, quote unquote. And the last page, okay? The title, Still in the Days of Early Development. Starship suffered a string of in-flight failures during testing times this year. But its last test run in August went according to plan. Yay! And SpaceX is expected to launch yet another test flight as soon as mid-October. And that, my friends, is the end of the show. So, did you like our new NASA class? Wasn't it fun and exciting and interesting to catch up, to hear right today what's going on? Did you enjoy that? Did you think that was a smart choice for me? I think you're saying yes. I think you're saying yeah. I think you guys liked that. It's very interesting. And we can follow it, can't we? Yeah. So this is Monday night. So I'm going to go YouTube some movies. And you guys go enjoy your life. I love all my subscribers and I love all my fans and students. And those of you who haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And Miss Melinda will smile for you. See? And you'll get to see my bright white teeth. They don't come out. I say that at the end of every show. Okay, I love all my fans, and you guys have a good day or good night, whatever time it is where you're at, and enjoy your life, because life's short. Life's too short. Don't let people bother you. If somebody gets mad at you on the highway, toots their horn, or gives you the finger or something, or gives you a hard time in a store or something. Just let it go and keep enjoying your day, because that clock's ticking and we only got so long to live. Even if you're a lot younger than me, you're still only here for a certain amount of time. Yeah, so enjoy every day to the best of your ability. Okay? All right. I will see you guys next class. Good night.